strike you down.
Really drives me freaking crazy. Let me finish. That is absurd. On the strikes now. For crying out loud.
Dumbest thing I've ever watched in my life.
Strike me
down. Yes, sir. I can't hear you guys. Daughter, they took my headset off. Where is the doping thing? What's the matter with the gas? You're nuts. You're nuts. I love you.
Get him, doggy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't go now when I ask for it. I am strong and powerful.
What are you mad about?
And I can't say I love McCoy yet. He just got here. Where the hell is Spears, for crying out loud? I haven't seen him. All right, we got a lot to do here. We got three good ones. We're going to mix it up. We'll do baseball, football, and then baseball. So I'll have Stephen A. and Gerald here make a comment. I'm a little tired of Skubal. The comments this past week, leaving the Tigers when they were in Sacramento after the trade on Saturday night to L.A. You know, I owe everything to this organization. They did a great job, you know, getting me organized in 2018 when I was a kid, knew nothing about pitching. What a sad day. I never expected this to happen. I never thought I'd be traded. Hey, calm down, will you please? What do you mean you didn't expect to be traded? You got Scott Boras as your agent. The Tigers are never going to be able to re-sign you for $400 million. What, somehow you were 5, 6, 7 games under 500. Somehow this surprised you last Saturday that maybe, in fact, Detroit would try to unload you to get some prospects? Secondly, about loving Detroit. I've been on this team, and Steve knows where I'm going. Last year, Game 5 of the ALDS in Seattle. This is Skubal, the best pitcher in the sport. He took himself out after 99 pitches with a 1-0 lead. 6 innings, not 8. Say, you think Bob Gibson's doing that? How about Sandy Koufax? You think Sandy Koufax is going to Water Alston? You know, I've had enough. Get me out in Game 7 in Minnesota. I mean, this is it. He took himself out of the game. 6 innings. What happens? Finnegan comes in, gives up a run, 1-1, and he lose in the 7th inning, and he loses the game in the 14th inning. And furthermore, what did Skubal do in March? He pitched the first game, 4 innings of the World Baseball Classic against Great Britain, for crying out loud. Who cares? You had Seattle there to get you a team in the ALCS, and now you're shocked you were traded on, I tell you, I'm speaking for every Tiger fan that I ever speak to, enough of Tarik Skubal as far as the Tiger organization is concerned.
Well, number one, we're not buying that. You're absolutely right. I mean, to take yourself out of a playoff game after 6 innings because you were at 99 pitches. Clearly, you were thinking about yourself. On one hand, you want him to get his money. You don't want him to hurt him. But my God, in the same breath, it's the postseason. You had 99 pitches, and you take yourself out of the game with a 1-0 lead, and y'all end up losing. If I was a Detroit Tigers fan, I don't get over that. I really, really don't, me personally. So, again, thank the organization and keep it moving. All that pomp and circumstance, we ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, nobody trying to. The postseason, it's all or nothing.
Game 5.
It's all or nothing. I'm not trying to hear nothing about I don't want to hear nothing about no ankle, no hand, no nothing. Let me show you something about my finger. Y'all see my finger? Yes. I would have to get in a stance like this. I don't care about nothing you got going. You were being selfish, and it was about you. I agree wholeheartedly.
All right, there we go. Good. You know what? I do love him, for crying out loud. That is number 1. Number 2, listen, we're part of it. We just spent 3 hours breaking down the Lions' schedule on August 3rd. Can we take it easy on the football? We got 6 weeks we got 40 days to go before we get to week 1. You look at the newspapers, we're breaking down what a quarterback does with a pair of shorts on 7-and-7 drills, right, and who dropped what pass and who did what and who made a mistake and who defensive back. So much football. You know what it is? Wake me up on September 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning when the Patriots are playing Seattle. I know the schedule, I know the rosters, I know the betting line, I know the over and under, I know everything you want. It's almost like, and I'm as guilty as anybody, the newspaper coverage, I know it's the number 1 sport. Guys, it's August 5th. I mean, the season doesn't start until September 9th. That's a long, 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 long way to go. I'm a little, I tell you, it's almost too much with all the football we get, not just here, everywhere. Radio shows, you name it. To me, it's too much.
No, that's why it's the greatest sport in the world. Friday night lights, college football, NFL. It's football season. My skin literally starts to itch
Even on
every
August
time
5th.
football. Even on August 5th. I do not care. It is football season. I love it. I love all the football. Give me more. Give me more football. I don't care if you don't like it, because Gerald loves it. I need more football. Actually, give us more, doggy.
Stephen A.
Give the people what they want. And I want to veer left for a quick second by saying this. Not to toot our own horn, but this show in the morning has been number 1 14 years. You have people talking, and I ain't going to mention any names, talking about what subject matters we talk about. We don't wake up, we're going to talk about this and that's it. We pay attention to what the audience wants. If the audience wants football, they want football. Skubal happened with the Dodgers. They want baseball. LeBron went to Philly. They wanted basketball. We pay attention to what the audience wants. We don't tell the audience what they should want and stop there. We listen to the audience tell us what they want. So when people are out there writing their columns at these websites and all of this stuff, talking about what we should be talking about, I will remind you, instead of telling us, why don't you ask us what you should be writing about, since we're the ones who have been number 1 and you haven't been.
Talk
Shut the
heavy.
hell up. This is what I'm talking about. Pay attention to the audience. It doesn't happen the other way around. That is how you're successful in this business. And I think I would know a little something about that.
All right, so I ignited the both of you. That's good. Number 3. All right, this is one that's drove me crazy. Peter Crow-Armstrong, center fielder for the Cubs. There was a podcast by a Mariner pitcher who was making fun of Babe Ruth. And so I guess PCA, who might be the MVP, this drove me nuts, mentioned on a podcast things that were derogatory as far as his playing ability is concerned of the Bambino. Listen up. Go ahead.
We always talk about how the game's evolving, and people might as well have been underhanding the ball to that guy, and he's regarded still as one of the best players ever.
Hey Pete, you're talking to me now about Ruth. Underhanded Babe Ruth. Can we punch up the 1921 numbers on Ruth with the Yankees? Can we have that up here, please? And I'm going to show you these numbers if we get them up. 59 homers. He hit about 370. Take a look at this. Runs scored 177, 168 RBIs. He had 59 home runs, and his OPS was 1358. Do you know the next best player in the baseball with the home runs? Hit 11. Nobody hit home runs like Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is, listen, say what you want about Ohtani, we understand that. He's a unicorn. Babe Ruth is so good, it is mind-boggling. Did you know, Peter Crow-Armstrong, that Babe Ruth hit 27 home runs over 500 feet? Bonds? Never. Not one. 27 home runs. He hit over 500 that were recorded. Who knows how many hit in spring training? 27 over 500 feet. He's a lifetime 344 lifetime hitter. Not 270 like Ohtani. 344. Ruth owned baseball. Nobody hit home runs like Ruth. He out-homered leagues. To sit there and say he's the only guy who can hit the ball underhand out of the ballpark, they were pitching underhand. Well, why did anybody else hit the home runs hitting underhand? Outside of Garrett, nobody hit home runs. It drives me crazy, especially in baseball, as Stevie knows. It drives me crazy when I hear today's athletes and media guys who are 30 years old who disparage the old-time guys. You want to do it because, obviously, prior to 1947, we understand that baseball horrific with segregation. I'll buy that. That's a different argument. But as far as the talent is concerned, it drives me crazy when people think that the baseball player in 1927 is not nearly as good as the baseball player today. Are you crazy? Ruth won 93 games as a starting pitcher with a 2.28 ERA and had 29 consecutive innings of scoreless baseball in the World Series. He would have been the Hall of Famer as a pitcher. Forget as a hitter. There's only one Babe Ruth. He hit anywhere, any place, anytime. He's that good. And when you start to knock Ruth, and then you look at his numbers in the 20s, pay attention. Do your homework. That was a disgrace, what he said this week.
Well, here's the problem. And you're not wrong, but let's put it where the goats can get it. You have sometimes children disguised as grown-ups when they open their mouth. And here's the reason why. because you're not respecting those who came before you. Again, I appreciate your point because that's the one thing that I will be critical of. If you didn't compete against everybody, if segregation, prohibited you or prevented you from going up against everyone that is considered the best as opposed to just a designated community of people, that's different. But that's the only thing to bring up. Anything else, it's about your talent. And by the way, the talent that preceded you ultimately is what enabled you to be all you are because you had something to feed off of to elevate your level of play. If there were no Connie Hawkins, if there was no Dr. J, would there have been a Jordan? If there was none of those guys in Jordan, would there have been a Vince Carter and a Kobe? If there was no Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Mike and to Wilt Chamberlain and everybody, what about Shaq? What about David Robinson? All of these other guys. People who come before you set the standard, not just statistically, but physically in terms of your capabilities, what you try to emulate, what you try to elevate beyond. Those who came before you set that foundation, and it's to be appreciated, not disrespected.
We have become in the era of the discredit. We are discrediting greatness. Let me tell y'all something, and listen closely. Greatness is not new, but there are new people to greatness. And that's what happens. You have new players that come through that eventually become great. You don't have to discredit the old just to praise the new. They are great as well. So put all the greatness together. Why are we come to the point to where we have to discredit in order to lift up? Why don't we just keep all the greatness up here? Because everybody can't achieve it. And that's what people don't understand. We knock other greatness down and don't realize they're great for a reason. So keep them there. Doesn't mean they can't be there with them.
Big point to make too. I appreciate that. But I got to add this before we end this segment. You have players in this day and age who believe you're hating because you're comparing them to other greats. When you're comparing them to other greats, we're acknowledging all of y'all are great. True hating is what Pete Crow-Armstrong just did. That's different. That was disrespecting somebody like Babe Ruth. But if you compared Babe Ruth to Ohtani and you say, I would have preferred Ohtani to Babe Ruth, they were both great, but this compared to this is where I came from, that's respecting both levels of greatness. That, what you saw Pete Crow-Armstrong do right there in that footage you showed, Doggy, that was disrespectful. That's hating. There's a difference, and athletes need to know that.